Okay, I should start the interview by saying thank you so much for finding the time to sit down and chat with me. I suppose we should start at the very beginning. So, where did your love of theatre begin?
Oh, at the
A
very
very
beginning.
good place to
Oh my gosh.
start.
I didn't really plan, like, I didn't plan any. I mean, I'm an improviser, so I
Mm,
thought be spontaneous. So that's a great question. Love of theater. I would say as a little girl, honestly, going to church.
hmm
I went to church. We grew up Irish Catholic every Sunday, and there was something about the pomp and circumstance in church, especially the high mass, where those priests in the robes and they had the
hmm
incense and those censers. And I mean, I don't know if maybe I was getting high from the incense. That was my gateway drug, the incense from church. Um, but I felt that there was something magical about this ceremony. And then probably in grade school, when I was in fifth grade, I auditioned for, I'm a singer. I don't
hmm
sing at this piece going to Edinburgh, but my professional career started in musical theater, on Broadway. It was a national
Wow.
tour and then off. Yeah, but in fifth grade, I auditioned for Pirates of Penzance,
hmm
a great operetta. Who is that? That's Gilbert and Sullivan.
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I got the lead, and I
Ooh.
got Josephine. I
hmm
was in fifth grade, but I still got the lead, and I was thrilled. And uh, I loved it. I loved it. I love being on stage. I love singing on stage. It's funny because when I was in second grade, I mean, you asked the question, you're getting the answer from
Yeah.
the beginning. I'm going back to second grade because this is a funny story. When I was in second grade, I was cast as Snow White.
hmm
Now, I don't know. I mean, they saw I was getting up and like I would get up. I see my old report cards and they say, "Oh, Joanne led us in exercises this morning in this." And she's very at ease. She loves being in front of people, blah blah blah. But that's not real theater. So maybe that's why they cast me as Snow White. And
Mm.
I remember this girl, Emily Wolfe, had brown hair, just like Snow White, like long brown hair and blue eyes. And they announced who got it. Joanne Green, Snow White. I remember Emily Wolfe raised her hand and said, "Mrs. Hammond," that was the teacher's name. "What? Why is Joanne Green Snow White? I have ruby red. Like I have raven brown hair.
Mm.
Like why am I not Snow White?" Anyway, she got the witch part, which, as it
Oh.
turned out, was it was a
hmm
better. I mean, the character roles, right? They're always
hmm
better. The character roles, the villainess, always better, juicier. So she played my mom. I was Snow White. So Snow White, it was second grade. So she's got to die, right? She's got to eat
Mm.
the apple and then get poisoned. Um, and I will never forget being on stage. But this to me shows like how at a young age, I was already interested in being very truthful. So second grade, so I took a bite of the apple. Yeah, right. So I was already interested in telling the truth on stage. And when you bite the apple, she's dying. And I remember lying on stage and I didn't chew. Like, what the fuck
Mm.
do I do now? Like, I don't want the audience to see me chewing. It's not on, I'm dead. So I don't know how I fixed it, but I'll never forget that impulse to be honest on stage in a way that I never felt in real life. I was a
Mm.
liar. I was a liar. My friend used to say that all the Catholic girls are liars because you get to go to confession and just
hmm
confess it all every week. So it's no big deal. So my sense of truth and was there from second grade. It was like, oh, this is a sacred place,
Mm.
the stage. I'm not gonna be fake. I'm not gonna, and to be true, I don't know what the hell happened to that apple. I don't know what the fuck happened to the apple because, and then the next scene is Snow White. Yeah, it gets better. So anyway, that's where it started. Second grade through grade school. Back then we called it junior high. Didn't do
hmm
much in junior high, and then in high school I got cast as the lead in Cabaret my senior year.
Ooh.
I was Sally Bowles.
hmm
And I don't think anybody can play the role of Sally Bowles and not have their life changed.
hmm
I think she's one of the iconic roles in
Yes,
musical
totally.
theater, Sally.
hmm
So that is when, at the age of 17, I mean, I knew I loved theater. I would see other people. I'd be in like grade school, watch high school people do it and think to myself, I, I can do that. I can do
Mm.
that better. But it's one thing to think it, it's one, and it's
Yeah,
another thing to know it. So in my freshman year, 10th grade, I think I had been in the Salvation Army and Guys and Dolls, and then I played Anybody's.
fantastic show. Love Guys and Dolls.
Guys and Dolls, fantastic.
It's so
I mean,
good.
that music. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. You're rocking the boat. I mean, yeah, the whole show is beautiful.
Mm,
But I was just in the Salvation Army, so that was fine. I'm in the chorus. And then I get to play Anybody's in West
hmm
Side Story because I looked like a boy. I was like 4 foot
mm,
11, flat as a board. And it's like, I'm a natural for Anybody's. Great part, fun. But the real life changer, and people were like, is she going to be? They even wrote an article in our newspaper, like Joanne Green, she was big drama, like, oh, she was Anybody's last year. And now she's taking on the sultry, seductress role of Sally Bowles. Will she do it?
mm.
Can she?
Whoa.
And anyway, I realized when I became Sally performing her, oh God, you get emotional, that I had that realization in a deep way. It's a physical thing. You realize, oh, this is me.
Mm,
This is what I want to do. This is
mm.
me. Um,
To quote another musical,
yeah, yeah. Wait, what's that from?
The Greatest Showman.
I don't know The Greatest Showman.
Oh,
Oh,
you
wait
just
a minute. And what's? I think I know that song though.
Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron,
Yeah, yeah,
Zendaya.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I've only watched the funny little um, James Corden.
Where
He
they're
has the
crossing the street.
musicals in the
Yeah.
Crossing the Street. That's my experience with The Greatest Showman in the crosswalk. That's right.
So from all
Sure,
these sort of experiences of existing work, how did you get into creating your own? How did your journey with devising your
uh,
own pieces
yeah,
start?
writing my own pieces. So that's a good question. Um, so I go to New York. I go to college. I'm performing all the time there because I've had uh this sort of enlightenment, this
Mm,
realization, like, oh shit, this is you. Like you
hmm
belong here. You're a better version of yourself on stage. Just like that second grader. I want to tell the truth up
hmm
here. Not really in life. No, I'll make shit up. I'll lie. It's stage is like, no, it's special up here. It's sacred.
mm,
And so I go off to I'm performing in college, and then I get to New York and I'm doing musicals. And then I was like, oh, I got to get out of the musical theater. Like,
mm,
ooh, I got to do a straight play. Did some straight plays. Um, and then at one point, okay, so it was my late 20s. Um,
Only a couple of years ago.
yeah, just a couple years, like 10 years ago. It's like not even. Thank you. Thank you, Reese. Love
No
that.
problem.
I know. I was like, oh, Zoom, because there's a tool on Zoom where you can have like like it makes you
It
like
blends your face. Yeah,
the
yeah,
smooth over or whatever, the touch up it's called the touch up factor. And I think I had it in my old computer. I'm like, oh, no touch up factor
yeah.
for me. Okay. I'm being real and honest
Yeah,
here.
totally.
So at one point, one of my friends, she was older than I was, she was doing one person shows with all these
hmm
characters. And I really admired her and I just loved what she was doing. And I thought, maybe I'm going to write one of those. Maybe I'm going to write I'm just going to write a character. And I had just auditioned for a Broadway show that I had been told you're going to get, like people were saying,
Mm,
oh, you're going to get the lead. My husband at the time was, were we married? Yeah, I think no, maybe we hadn't gotten married yet.
mm,
No, but we were living together. He's like, he told the producer I can put anyway, it looked like, oh, you're going to get
mm.
the lead. I never thought I would. Um, and it turns out I did not. And I was
Oh.
crushed. It was a month of
Mm,
singing, rehearsing, go into dance, work with the producer. The producer was sleazy, work with him on a scene. Anyway, I
mm,
did not get it. And, but the guy who was working with me, the pianist for my song that I had to sing for my audition, got to know me because we rehearsed a bunch. And he was producing a show in Aruba about a genie that takes
oh.
this guy around the world. It was going to Aruba, this show. And I got a phone call after I'm crushed. I'm smoking cigarettes. I'm drinking. I'm just so bummed
Mm,
out. John, the pianist, called me up and said, hey, my partner and I are producing a show in Aruba, a musical called Genie. You might be right for the genie part. All the other roles are dancers, but would you
mm,
want to audition to be the genie? And at that point, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do
mm.
anything. I didn't give a shit. I walked in, I
Mhm.
wasn't nervous, and I said, I am going to read my monologue. I'm going to do my
Hmm.
monologue about this. And she was a little crazy, this character, Mario. Hello. Well, I did the monologue. The playwright's jaw dropped. They called me later that afternoon and said, "You're in. You're our genie.
Wow.
You're going to go. You have to live in the Caribbean for 6 months and be the genie." And came back from the Caribbean, had a blast, moved to LA, and kept have not stopped
Mm.
writing since that. Do you know who the Groundlings are
Yes,
in
yeah,
Los
I've heard of them.
Angeles? Yes. So I immediately got into their classes
Hmm.
and became a member. So I was chosen to be a member of the
Wow,
Groundlings. Um,
fantastic.
yeah, it was 2 years of class. You play a lot with character. I
Hmm.
wrote a lot of characters. I got into the Groundlings. I actually left because the characters that I wanted to do were a little more gritty.
Hmm.
More, their characters were very funny and wacky and big wigs, and I wanted to do some characters that were closer to almost like a Richard Pryor character,
Hmm.
a little grittier, a little more, again, that sense of wanting to be real,
Hmm.
funny, but not as wacky. And I then did a one-person show in Los Angeles. I left putting these characters together, and we won. We were chosen as the best show of the
Wow,
week by the.
amazing.
It's no longer around, this paper. This is a long time ago.
Mm.
Uh, we were chosen as the best show of the week by the LA Weekly. LA
Hmm.
Weekly is now defunct. And then I was nominated for the Best Solo Show of the Year award, which was exciting.
Wow.
Did
Yeah.
not win. Didn't win. Somebody won whose show was lovely. Was
Mm.
lovely. I went to see it and it was great. But so the writing ever since that time I wrote the funny monologue and then used it to audition, it never left
Mm.
me. Um, and
Wow.
I kept writing the whole time in LA and then moving. I had got pregnant, had a baby, moving up to San Francisco, just kept creating characters, and it's not a hard thing for me
Mm.
to become somebody else. That's a sort of a natural
Hmm.
thing for me to be able to channel somebody's. Not everybody I can
Yeah.
channel, but
Yeah.
so which leads me to this show. In this show, I probably do. I mean, I do Dolores right up front. This voice
Hmm.
teacher who said to me the very first lesson, she says to me, "Baby, you're breathing wrong." And I said, "Oh, I am really. I'm like a wreck. I am really for singing." She goes, "No, baby, for living."
Mm.
So
Oh.
Dolores, but mostly I channel my mom. I do the character of my mother throughout the show. She's the star of the show.
Mm.
Um, she's hilarious. The title is comes from a line she said after I told her one time that I thought I cared too much what I look like, which was sort of the
Mm.
number one principle in my house. Irish, very Irish. How do you look? How do you look? I said, Mom, I feel like I care too much. I don't know. I feel like I'm shallow. And
Hmm.
without missing a beat, she goes, "Oh, Joanne, you come from a long line of shallow people."
Mm.
So that's the
Oh,
title.
nice. So, what
Oh,
made you then
Joanne.
want to write this into to a show? Then, what made
Well,
you
she
go, right? This
died.
needs to be on the stage.
She died.
Oh.
She died. And we never got along. We were
Mm.
never close. Um, we had a very thorny
Mm.
relationship, I would say. And I wrote this, I think I started writing some. Well, I noticed that when I would go practice some of my jokes when I was out doing stand up, the bits that got the biggest laughs were my mom.
Mm.
Either she come from a shallow people or just, she called me up one winter, "Oh, Joe, I just, I think I need my rhinestone choker back." This beautiful choker she gave me for my grandma. I'm like, "Well, I just saw Sharon Stone." And
Mm.
anyway, she had on a rhinestone choker, and oh boy, did she look smart. Anyway, you're too young. So I'm like, "Mom, it's my choker. I thought you gave it to me. It
Mm.
was, I thought it's my choker." And she goes like this. Uh, Joanne, I don't need a lecture. I just need my rhinestone choker. I don't need a lecture. I just need. So there are people that I know that like they use that line now. Joanne, I said that to my coworker the other day. I don't need a lecture. I
Mm,
just need my. So I think I was writing some of the stuff for stand up, and then after she passed away, I realized, holy shit,
mm,
you've got a show. Your mom was hilarious and beautiful, brilliant, and also brutal. I mean, the
mhm,
relationship was difficult. She was not a nice mother at
right.
some points. She was, in fact,
Mm,
awful. And I thought, I can write this show. I know she can get laughs because every time I do her in my stand-up routine, the audience is literally going like, "We
yeah.
want more of your mom, more mom." And I thought I might get to understand,
Mm,
writing when you write, your writing leads you to understand things
mm,
differently. Your writing
interesting.
leads you to insights that you
Mm,
so I thought if I can write this as a way of sort of getting to know my mother in a way I never let myself when she was alive, because I
mhm,
was a little bit intimidated by her. She could be emotionally violent,
mhm,
physically violent, um, and to kind of see. I don't think I ever let myself feel how much I loved
mm,
my mom when she was alive. It was too scary. And I'm not sure I ever let her love in
mm,
that she felt for me. So I thought by writing this, I get to do that for her, and I think she'd had trouble with me being a performer.
mm,
Understand? I think it's what she wanted. But instead,
right.
with her generation, she had four kids instead.
Mhm.
So this is a way that I get to put her center stage.
Yeah,
She's the
fantastic.
star.
Oh,
So,
amazing. So when you were writing the show, was it always going to be a one-person production?
yeah,
And if so, does that add pressure to you as a performer being the only person on the stage throughout the whole show?
yeah, for sure. For sure, there's more pressure.
Mm,
Yeah, for sure. Um, I mean, it's on you.
mm,
All the lines are on you. Is there a kind of freedom that you can
mhm,
also feel as a solo performer? Just you being able to improvise, being able to, maybe go here if you want and there. Absolutely. I have done it before. I've
mm.
done a one-person show before.
You've mentioned throughout that the story is about your mother, who you had sort of a difficult relationship with. So, what
Yes.
is it like bringing those sort of personal and real stories to the stage and sort of reliving some of those moments?
Um, it's great.
Mm,
It's great. I've done this show. So it started in 2024. So I
hmm
first did a shorter version of this in 2024. Um, I'm old enough that I mean
mm,
I wouldn't say I don't give a shit entirely what people
hmm
think, but I'm old enough to understand that there can be great value in sharing some of the
hmm
painful things. I've also gotten to the point where I'm I'm not looking, and this is what part of what I wanted to get out of it by writing it too. Um, I'm not sharing any of this, the dark stuff I'm not looking for any pity.
hmm
I'm not looking for sympathy, even really understanding. I think a part of me wants to share this show really because if obviously for the laughs. I
hmm
mean, yeah, I'm a comedian. So
hmm
first and foremost, this world is like a shit show right
Yeah.
now. It's just a shit show. So if I can create any joy on stage and give people laughter, god damn, like
Mm,
that's such a big deal. But also, if my story, which is the story of somebody, me, who I couldn't overcome my own demons and my own shortcomings
hmm
to kind of let my mom in or to let in what she had for me. So I understand it's not, my story is not unique. A lot of people,
hmm
especially women, they have like
hmm
tricky relationships with their mothers. So maybe somebody hears this and think, oh, maybe I'll give my mom a little. I didn't give my mom a break until she died.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's so much easier to love my dead mom. So it is. It's really, it is.
Mm,
Um, so maybe somebody can kind of be a little braver than I was, but I'm not self-conscious.
mm,
I am part of a spiritual community
hmm
that regularly sort of shares what they're going through, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I have had many years of practice sharing
Mm,
things that are uncomfortable or painful,
Hmm.
and there's value in that, especially when you're not looking for, the self-pity is so
Yeah.
it's like, ooh,
Hmm.
you don't want, and I feel so lucky not to have that to be, God, I'm getting emotional, to like be at this age where
Hmm.
that's not part of the equation right now.
Yeah.
You want to enter, and even the dark stuff in there, like Woody Allen's line, comedy is tragedy plus time.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I watched my mom put my brother's head through the wall when I was
Oh.
like 10. Yeah, she just shoved his head through the wall. Now, here's the comment. So she walks away and she came back 2 minutes later with a painting and goes like this. Good. We needed a picture there anyway. Okay, so that's my house. And the
Yeah.
picture, Reese, the painting was of a shipwreck.
Oh,
So
that's fantastic. Yeah.
you fast forward 30 years later, 30 years, I call my brother Jackie, my other brother, to ask him, like, did that really happen, Jack? Did that? He's like, Josie. My nickname's Josie. He's from Boston. He's like, Josie, did that happen? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, it fucking happened. Mom just sold the Newton house. So she sold that house like 3 weeks ago. The fucking hole's still right there. So there's humor in
Yeah.
that darkness.
Totally. And obviously, from the sort of creation of the show, and skipping forward a little while, you obviously had an exciting announcement that you are heading to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival this year. So, what is it like getting the announcement you are heading to the world's biggest theatre festival?
Oh my God. It's like crazy,
Hmm.
crazy, mad, mad exciting.
Hmm.
Just stressful,
Hmm.
like, holy shit, I gotta get a place to live. I gotta work, I gotta finish writing it.
Yeah.
I gotta do a new draft. I gotta get, Rosalind, she's so lovely.
Oh, she's
She's
brilliant. She's
so
amazing.
lovely. She's so lovely. I've been worried because I'm a worry wart. And she's like, God, Joanne, don't worry. And this, she's very reassuring and she's lovely. I met her
Hmm.
on Zoom. And it's a really funny part of my story too. Like my daughter did Edinburgh 2 years ago,
Oh, wow.
and she did a show about her OCD and being like a public masturbator. It was all over, like, people were like, some of the, I think even some newspapers, that's how they headlined her show. Oh, Olivia Levine, the public masturbator from
Okay, I've
the
just got
United
the
States.
joke. Right.
So she's sort of been in the mix too.
Mm.
But we met Rosaline and on Zoom, and Rosaline's so lovely. And, tell me about your show a bit. And da, da, da. I'm not doing the accent right. And but I looked down at my phone at one point. My daughter sent me a text, Mama, wrap it up. Wrap it up. So, and the funny thing is now Olivia's writing a show about me.
Oh.
So, yeah,
Mm.
that's going to be her next Edinburgh show. So, yeah, what goes around comes around.
So we are coming to the end of my questions, but I do have a couple more.
Okay.
I know we've talked about the show, but how would you describe you come from a long line of shallow people to someone who's never seen it before?
Oh, it's a sh it's a wild ride.
Mm.
It's unpredictable. I hope you it's funny.
Hmm.
It's funny. It's moving. It's dangerous. I'm going to take you places that maybe I'm going to say things that maybe most people would never say,
Hmm.
but I'm never going to make you feel bad. I'm all
Hmm.
you're well taken care of in this show.
Mm.
Um, Yeah, yeah. I've always had great reverence for an audience. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna, I make sure that they're taken care of.
Hmm.
That it's not too dark. I don't leave, I'm gonna, even some of the darkest stuff, afterwards I say, okay, now here's the punchline to
Hmm.
that. So I just think it's a little bit of a fun, it's a fun, unpredictable ride about a mother-daughter relationship,
Hmm.
and then my relationship with my daughter that is has had many bumps,
Hmm.
but many moments of joy. Like the
Okay.
show is very joyful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if they want to learn more about the show, where can they get tickets and stay up to date
Uh,
with you?
Oh, you know what? Shit, I should know that. I, I'm a terrible
I'm going to
PR
give you
person.
a cue here. It's the Fringe
Yeah.
website.
Well, I'm playing on the at the Attic Theater
Hmm.
every day except for I think August 16th is the
Okay.
only or maybe the 18th. So I'm running at the Attic Theater in the Mash House at 1:20. So
Hmm.
you can start your day with me, which is that's 13:20. You
Yeah.
guys, you say
Hmm.
13:20?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
At 13:20. I will be
Nice.
playing for an hour. It
Mm.
starts out with a Broadway song.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ethel Merman, and
Classic.
it ends with Ethel singing, you'll be swell, you'll be great, da, 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 da. And it ends with a big laugh.
Oh,
So
nice.
you should feel lighter when
Mm.
you do my show.
Mm.
I hope you feel like you've learned something about, um, I hope you feel like you've learned something about my particular
Hmm.
journey with forgiveness, forgiving myself and forgiving my mother.
Oh,
Uh,
totally. Um,
yeah.
my final question is, what advice do you have for young performers looking to do what you do?
Get a topic.
Hmm.
Get a subject that you love,
Hmm.
that you are passionate about, that brings all you, that you have deep feelings for.
Hmm.
That you can't finish a sentence when you talk about it.
Yeah.
That's boring. That's boring.
Hmm.
That you're passionate about, and then work your fucking ass
Yeah.
off to tell a
Hmm.
story that is alive and funny and just real. I
Hmm.
mean, we were going back to the second grader, like just real.
Hmm.
Just find something that you and then share it with people from a very real place. That's what my daughter did with
Yeah.
her story about her OCD. And just get up there, tell the truth, and have a blast
Hmm.
and work your ass off. Work, work, work.
Oh, amazing. So I started the interview by saying it, but I'll end the same way. Thank you so much for taking the time out to sit down and chat with me. I will put all the links in the comments below so people can scroll down and click away. But obviously, I wish you the best of luck at the Edinburgh Fringe, and I shall speak to you soon.